Hi, and welcome. We're the Weasley sisters. This is episode 68. I'm Jessica, aka Naturally Knitty.
And I'm Starnitz, aka Allena. Or switch that, reverse it. This is our weekly podcast where we talk about everything.
So, grab your knitting or spinning or crochet and craft along with us as we chat. This episode is a planning podcast as well, so you'll have to wait a little bit and then you can plan along with us. Because today was the first day of term.
Yay!
Yeah.
Or I like the first month.
So.
Mojo. Finished objects. You got any finished objects?
I do. I finished a little wallaby.
Aww.
I don't know if you can see that. I made it for a friend who had a baby a couple months ago, and I used a cotton acrylic blend. I forget exactly what the yarn is. It was from Hobby Lobby. I don't know. I did it on size 7s, I believe. And yeah, knit up pretty quick.
Cool.
It was my take around project. I also finished well, I didn't talk about him last time because I just started him. Trubin socks. I made him stripy socks out of knit picks. Dapple.
I got that too.
And they turned out really cute, and he loves them. Except, I finished them today for the bombing of detention with the socks, and so I put them on him outside to, try them on and take a picture, and he's like, "Mommy, these are awesome." So I was like, "Aw, you really know how to toot someone's horn, to make you knit for him." And then, later this afternoon, I forget, someone was fighting with someone, and I went out there, and I looked down, and he has no shoes on with the finished socks, and I'm like, "What are you doing?"
Oh no!
I'm like, seriously, the first day I finish it, and you're out there without shoes on in the fresh socks. But I'm like, ah! I was so mad. So, yeah. But they weren't wrecked or anything, and it's only been a little bit, so. But I think that's it for my Mojo finished objects.
I finished socks. I finished my rainbow socks of awesome. So they're finished. Oops. And I have better pictures online. So
they're very pretty.
Yeah, but these are the toe-up socks with the difference by Wendy Johnson, and you do the increases here on the bottom, so you don't see them on the side.
I think I like that.
Pretty cool.
I'm gonna have to try that.
Yeah, the pattern is toe-up socks with the difference. That's what it's named. And then I use Jenny's super stretchy bind off.
I like that one.
The tops. So I think from now on when I knit socks, right here I need to increase more than they say, because I always have a hard time getting it over my heel. Any socks, anywhere. Because I like socks to be a little bit tighter and have negative ease, but I think when I do the heel, I just need to increase more for the heel part. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Because this part gets over it. It's just when I go to put the heel on, it's a little tight, and I have to do some stretching. And then once they're on, they fit really, really, really nice.
Yeah, adding a little bit more of the gusset, I think, would help.
I think that every time I knit socks, but I forget when I'm knitting them, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So, but these don't match exactly. You can see they're just maybe 2 rows off.
They're pretty similar though.
Yeah, but I knit them from both ends of the yarn, so
Very cool.
turned out pretty cool.
They did.
So that's all I have
Okay.
for finished objects, which brings us to works in progress. You working on anything?
Yes. I have my cardio socks that I'm still working on. I didn't bring them in here because I showed them to you guys last time. But it's with Kirby Werby yarn, and it's like neon crazy colors. It's called Rockin' My Bandana Clip to the New Kids on the Block concert. And that makes me happy.
That makes me laugh.
So I'm working on those. I just put in an afterthought heel, like row on them. So pretty far on that. And then I'm working on another traveling blanket, which I had wanted to finish before today, but it just didn't happen.
Is it your second or your third one?
Wow, it's more than that, but it's the third one in the recent.
But I mean the one that you just had. You had two that you were working on. So.
Oh, I finished those two and handed them off, so this is the third. So I just started with the orange, and I'm halfway.
Cool.
But these things are pretty cool and crazy. I can't wait till they're done in September. And then I started another project this morning, or this afternoon, rather. It's the Mara shawl. It's just a basic garter stitch shawl, and then it has like pleats on the end. You start at the top and work your way out. But I'm actually, a friend of mine made it, and she increased, you're supposed to increase like every other row on each edge and every other row in the middle. And I'm doing it on every row on each side so that it grows and it kind of has longer tips and increases faster. Because I just like the shape hers made, so I'm copying her. And I'm using some hand spun. Actually, this was llama that I processed for an owl probably a couple years ago.
I spun some of that. I have it in my stash.
So yeah, and I think that's it.
Cool.
Yep. That's all I'm working on.
So on the break months, I try to get as much detention things up to ready to finish each month.
Yep.
So after I got the rainbow socks close to the end, I started on another pair of socks. My last year's Tour de Sock Stage 4 socks. And I have maybe 5 more rows in the pattern, and then the ribbing to do for next month's detention.
Very cool.
So I'm also at the same time trying to clear off all my sock needles to get ready for Tour de Sock this year, which starts on June 1st. Which I probably will only get through Stage 4 again, but whatever.
That's okay.
Because when Tour de Fleece starts, then I do Tour de Fleece. So, but that's all. Oh, no, that's not. So then, like, maybe an hour ago, maybe 2, I started this. I'm knitting. I have a Gryffindor bag that I knit, that I put, like, a Gryffindor patch on, and I have a Slytherin patch, so I'm making a Slytherin bag to take to Fairly Cheap and Wool this weekend.
Very cool.
If I get it done. So I have 4 days.
You can do
that.
it.
Hopefully. And then I have fabric already picked out to line it.
Is it going to be felted or just knit or what?
Make this choice. So it's just going to be just a bag.
Okay.
And then I'm going to line it. But I have this like pretty fabric picked out, but I think I might go and get like cool skull fabric or something fun.
Fun.
Snake fabric if they have it. Our new Joann's is new and I have to go and shop there.
Your new Joann's is new?
They closed the one and opened a bigger one next door.
Oh, that's very cool.
Literally next door.
See, ours opened across town, but the new one, they're like way cool and nice.
They're crazy huge.
They are.
Like I walked in there and I was like, I could hear like the music. Like you know when you watch cartoons and they have that music? Like that.
That's funny.
Oh, okay. Oh, now we have to spin or not to spin.
The answer is yes.
Yeah.
To spin. Yes,
Maybe we should change it to let's spin and stop asking the question.
Well, there had been some times when we weren't spinning.
That's true.
But, okay. I will go. I made some more roll legs. Or I don't know if I should call them faux legs.
No, I think the faux legs are when you take roving together and you make it into roll legs.
Okay. Anyway, so I made some roll legs. And then I spun it doing long draw like the whole time because I did it like for the first little bit on the last roll legs that I made. And it's not my thing. Like I'm not good at it, so I just like switched it up. But anyways, for this one, I did it the whole time. Is that focusing?
No, but it could just be my computer.
Anyways.
Oh, there. That's really pretty.
So it is so fluffy and like giant. And sparkly and soft. It's merino and some bamboo, a lot of silk and sparkles.
Yeah, it looks really fluffy.
But yeah, it's like squishy.
That's what that green stuff is for me too. It's like super squishy.
It's really nice. I like it a lot. And then I just plied it. I really like it. I need to make more of those Rolex.
And put it in your Etsy store so we can all buy it.
I know. I meant to do that in April, but April's gone now. Like, what happened to April? I don't know.
It's okay.
That's all I spun.
Wow.
I got like 187 yards. It is about 4 ounces, so.
That's really good.
Yeah. And it's really thick. I don't have my thing with me. My wraps per inch gauge.
That you stole from me. Anyways, I'm not bitter about that.
It's like bulky weight though.
That's cool. I finished, last time we talked, I told you I started a blue and green, restarted a blue and green that I had started one time and I hadn't finished.
Yes.
Well, I finished it. And like, see my note to myself, I laced the flyer. That's what it says.
That's nice.
And I started spinning it, and I think when I had originally started, I was thinking of doing a 2-ply, but after spinning it, I decided I was going to Navajo ply it and make it like a self-striping type of yarn. So, because it was like half and half blue and green. And so I Navajo plied it.
That's really pretty.
And it has like stripes of green, but I don't think it's going to be like even stripes. I think some of them are going to be thicker than others. I don't know if you can tell. Like, see, like some green parts are thicker than others.
Yeah.
So, but I got 14 wraps per inch. Pretty good.
That is.
For a 3-ply, I thought.
Yeah.
And that's after washing. And I got 401.5 yards.
That's nice.
So, totally enough for a pair of socks, I think.
It is. Well, you usually have leftover.
Yeah.
You know, if you think about it.
I think, yeah, and this was 4 ounces. Well, I think, too, because it's a little bit thicker than most sock yarns, so I think it'll be
just enough.
So, that's what I got. And it was supposed to be Romney, I remember, she said, but it had silk in it, so I think it was, like, it had silk in it. I know it had silk in it because I spun it, and you know, it's like white-ish.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
It's pretty.
It is. It's really soft and smushy. I love it. But that's all I have spin.
Okay.
First one.
Weaving. Do you have anything?
Only I picked out a weaving book for Mother's Day.
Okay.
And it came in the mail, but I'll talk about that in randomness.
Okay. I don't have anything.
Okay. Sewing. I will go.
Go ahead.
I sewed for next month, that fiber box is superheroes, so I sewed some superhero fabric bags, and that's it. I still have to see pictures of it. Oh, and I cut some Doctor Who bags. I just have to sew them. Yeah. That's it, though.
I don't need more bags. I don't need more bags.
They are cool.
I don't need more bags.
Okay.
So,
Jessica?
I'm going to be the bag lady. I did a lot of sewing. I will talk more about this in random randomness. But I had a weekend full of, like, non-stop sewing. And I made some, like, the fur trade era type clothing for my family.
The fur trade?
Like the fur trade era, the 1860s.
Okay.
When they traded fur pelts.
I get that. I'm sure I heard right.
Oh, okay. So I made some chemise, like those big puffy, like nightgown looking like things. I made one for each girl and myself. I made 4 skirts that are big and poofy. 2 of them were for me and 1 each for the girls. And then I made 3 pants out of canvas.
I saw your picture of pants. They were awesome.
They
reminded me of the pants from the Dr. Seuss books that run.
Yes. Which one was it? We were trying to figure it out. Okay, so these pants made out of canvas, they stood up on their own. Like, I wish I had them down here. I don't. We'll link a picture in the show notes. But they were so awesome. I, like, set them up in the middle of the room, and, like, everyone laughed hysterically. It was great.
They were awesome.
They really were. And then having Gabe try his on afterwards, like, when I got home, like, he could barely walk. It was so funny.
Were they that, like, heavy?
Like a canvas bag. Like, they just were. It wasn't washed yet. But it just felt weird. So he's like walking all like funny, and I'm like, just walk normal. He's like, it's weird. So I threw him in the washer. But Trubin had his on and loved him, and like would barely come out of him. I had to like bribe him out of his pants.
Okay.
Oh, and I also made 6 like satchels bags, you know, like over the shoulder bags to put stuff in. And yeah, I had a bunch of box bags, like pre-cut.
Did you have a pattern for these?
For
the pants and the shirts and stuff? The picture of the pants if you can see it.
Yeah, we can. Kind of.
They're like, I think it's the things that go bump in the night.
Something like that. I remembered them too, because I'm like, look, they're running away. Okay, for the pants, I had a pattern for Joe's, like the adult ones, and then I just kind of freehand sketched from that for the boys, and like no one was texting me back with their measurements, so I just kind of guessed.
Oh, okay.
But they all fit, so that worked.
That's good.
And it all had to be drawstringed and everything, so I had to like make my own drawstrings with fabric, you know, like that's a pain in the butt for like that many things, like all the skirts, all the chemises around the necks, and the wrists, and the pants, and it was just like, sewing is totally not my thing. Like, it's not what I enjoy doing. All the measuring and ironing and anyways, so I made, and then I had a bunch of box bags cut out, so I sewed those too.
Cool, yeah, I saw that.
Just to get them out of the way, because they've been cut for a while. But that's all I did.
Nice. Okay, next up is gym. So, I will go. I've been doing Couch to 5K with Madison. I told you I did it last week. And this week we decided to do week 1 over again.
Mm-hmm.
So today was week 1, day 5. So because there's 3 days in each week.
Yes.
So, yeah. But then, we're painting our porch because we're trying to get ready to move.
Mm-hmm.
And I was painting, and I just was taking a break, and then Andy took over, and I stepped down off the porch, off the step, and I stepped on my ankle wrong, my foot wrong, so like my ankle hurts. It's like all swollen. And it hurts to go. It doesn't like hurt so much, but like certain times when you like step on it, it hurts a little bit. So I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to run on Friday.
Have you been? Do you have any arnica?
Yes, I've been arnicating. I've been using it.
Okay.
And then icing it every so often because it's pretty swollen still.
Okay.
But I was so mad. Like seriously, I almost passed out. I was like, ow! And I was like, you know that like, and so I'm like sitting on the front lawn, and I'm just like trying not to pass out, and then I tried to stand up, and then like it like because it hurt and like the muscles because I had run that this morning and then took the girls, and then I was painting.
Yeah.
And I'm not and so it kind of like the muscle up in my thigh was hurting because I kind of like stretched it. And I was like, oh, but and Andy's like, are you okay? I'm like, I'm fine. Try not to pass out. And then I like stood up and I had to sit down again because I was like, oh, because you know me, I usually like
faint with pain.
I hit a certain nerve when I pass out. So I was trying not to do that, and I didn't, luckily. But now my ankle hurts, and I'm not very happy.
Well, hopefully it'll go away by then.
I hope so. I'm not sure. I might have to cardio knit this weekend and do Couch to 5K week 2 next week.
Yeah.
So that's it. How about you for gym?
I've been doing well with the cardio knitting. And then I've been wanting to run. Like I really have been, but I just haven't done it. And like seeing you do it and Helga, and then of course Jaji Girl is a big motivation. I finally, the other day, it was like actually nice outside. So I said, Mom, can you watch Trubin while I go and run? And she said, sure. So I did. And I started. And I did the first day of Couch to 5K. So we'll see.
Yay.
Tomorrow's my next day, so.
Cool.
Yeah. But that's also Gabe's birthday, so I don't know. We'll see how I can. Maybe I can get out during the day. Oh, Joe does have off.
Can you do it during the morning?
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying, like in the morning when Joe's home. So yeah.
Won't Gabe be at school?
What?
Won't Gabe be at school?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
But if I had Trubin, like I wasn't gonna go with him by myself.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm
You
saying?
could put running store.
I could.
Or make him follow along on a bike.
He'd probably go faster than me.
Well, then you would
I'd
do
be
the
like,
running.
slow down! I could. Once I get into it, like, okay, so then I really focused on, because you know how I had shin splints bad, like super painful the last time I ran. I think that's part of why I had not started up again, because it kind of like freaked me out. But I really focused on my stride, and Jaji Girl said to like lean forward a little bit when you run and land on the balls of my foot, and that should help with the shin splints. So far they don't hurt. I mean, I only ran once, but my fingers are crossed that it stays that way.
Yeah.
But that's it.
Okay. Now we're into our random randomness. Randomly, in random order, let's talk about random things. So, if you buy fat this month, because I participated in the fat fiber for this month as well, through the 18th, I think, you can be entered in, if you buy it from any of the fat contributors, which my shop, Starnets, is, but there's a bunch of other shops too. You can be entered in to win the super box, which is what they show in the video, and a $150 gift certificate to the shop of your choice on that list.
Nice.
I think it might just be $150. Like if it's the Etsy stores you want, it might just be an Etsy gift card.
Okay.
Which then you could use it at more than one shop, I think. But I'm not sure about the specifics about that. But yeah, so buy fat. Okay, so I have so much stuff. I totally fell off the wagon and bought stuff. So let me show you. I have boxes of things to So here's that Weaver's book.
Yes.
I got it from Knit Picks, and it's about all different kind of weaving patterns for a rigid heddle loom.
Yeah, I have that book.
Oh, okay. Well, I do not.
Well, now you do.
This will be my Mother's Day gift. One thing I really like about it is, look, it lays flat. It has a spiral.
Yeah, it's really nice.
So I was kind of looking through it today, and I'm excited to do it, but I think I'll have to use it along with my Craftsy class.
Okay.
Really, the reason why I went to Knit Picks was to get, I have 2 Audi Turbo size 1 needles and 1 Knit Picks size 1 needles to match, because for the longest time I had misplaced one of my Audi Turbos. I found it probably a year later in a sock that I had, started and not finished, and then put aside, and I found it because I was like asking everyone I knew, did I let you borrow my sock needle? And they were all like, no. So I just bought 1 Knit Picks one to replace it, and I ended up liking the Knit Picks better because they're pointier.
Yep.
So I asked Andy if I could order 1 needle. While I was there, I went into the clearance yarn because it's on clearance and it's yarn. And so I got some sock yarn I got for the kids. For Bella, I'm going to make her this Southwest socks because she likes red and blue. And then for Madison, I got the macaroon. And then for myself, I got the ones you made, Ruby Dapple. And then for Andy, because his feet are bigger, I got 4 of the Kingpin.
I like that one a lot.
Like a dark blue, a light blue, and a brown. It's a totally manly color one. So those were all on clearance. So for $11, I'm making a bunch of socks. And of course, I don't have those needles where I am. So, and then I was like, oh, I only need to get 17 more for free shipping. So I was like, oh, Andy, can I get this weaving book? And I'm like, and then as an afterthought, I'm like, it can be my Mother's Day gift. And he was like, okay, I don't care.
Very cool.
So I ordered it, and it was awesome. So yeah. And then I was on eBay. Seriously, when I fall really hard. And I found, I have another box to show you. I bought 9.5 pounds of fleece.
What kind?
It's a Suffolk, which is a down in the down family. I looked it up before I bought it. Ask me how much I paid for it.
How much you pay for it?
$30.
Nice.
9.5 pounds, and actually the staple length is it's still pretty dirty, but it's about 4 inches.
Nice. How soft is it? Is it nice?
It's actually really soft. It's in the down family, which is super soft.
Yeah.
So, and they're usually, and I read this in the Fleece and Fiber source book. They're usually folks is usually because I think they're raised for meat.
Okay.
But they have really soft fur.
Huh.
So I have to clean that and process that and all that fun stuff. So yeah. But while I was on eBay, I'm not done yet. I got a button maker.
Oh yeah.
So I've been making buttons.
I'm so excited about these.
I made Andy he got some Captain America pictures from some of his magazines. So I have these ones.
Here, hold
but
this.
I just realized right now I need to organize how I put the back on. Like that. But anyways, Weasley Sisters podcast.
That's very cool.
And then I had made some little ones to send with people if they, with my bags.
Yeah.
So, yeah, this one's upside down. I need to pay attention to that, I think. I'm making a bunch of these to take to Maryland Sheep and Wool this weekend. So if you see me, ask me for one, and I'll give you one.
How hard is it to make the buttons? Is it hard?
You make the thing and you cut it out, and then you put the stuff on, and then you smash it and do all this fun stuff. It's really fun. It takes maybe, like, I think once you have everything, like, cut out and everything, it goes really quick.
Okay.
It's so much fun. But the one I got, it's for the 2 1/4 inch and the 1 1/4 inch.
Very cool.
So I was happy about that. And it works really good. So yeah. I have like 5 made, and I'm not sure how many to make, so I printed out a bunch more to make. So I gotta make some more. So that day I got it, I was like, oh, I'm gonna make some buttons. And I was like, I'm gonna make a Weasley Sisters one. So I tried the purple, but it was too dark. But I have one to send to you that's purple. And then I was like, I think I want to make us into Potter Puffs. So I still was like, you know, I have like packing to do and cleaning to do. And I sat for a day and made Potter Puffs of me and you. They're totally awesome. Yours is spinning on a drop spindle and mine is knitting.
They're very cool.
Yeah. So it was awesome. I loved it. And it's like totally fun. So yeah, I think that's everything I wanted to talk about.
Cool.
No, it's not. On yesterday, we went to Ligonier, and we went to Kathy's Creations, where Kathy Zimmerman's shop, but there's also another knitting store. And I went in there, and I got some Chiagu needles, because I had heard great things about them from other podcasts and stuff. And they're really, for the price, they're really nice.
Are they?
So I have some yarn that I hand dyed that I have had sitting around that I needed to knit like little samples of to take pictures of the striping so that I could, you know, put it on Etsy. So I started like a little sample on one, and I'm really liking it. They're nice and sharp. They're not dull or anything, and the join is really nice.
Very cool.
And it was like $8. That's a really good deal, I think, in my book.
Yeah.
So I think that's everything. Let me see. I'm looking at our show notes. Yeah, that's it.
Cool.
You're up.
All right. So.
Oh, one more thing. I did look through my stash, and I do have some yarn. I have to look through my hand spun stash, but I do have some yarn that we will show next week for our 73rd Pot Anniversary giveaway.
Yeah, it's coming up.
Yeah. And we'll be starting that. We'll open threads for those and make you jump through hoops to win things.
Very cool.
And then we also have our, we're going to finalize, after this, we'll finalize our club along and start a thread for that. Remember we talked about that? Like, if you have a club from stock.
Yes. At first I was like, no.
We're just going to encourage everyone to use
their clubs.
The stuff they have got in. So, our club along. And I think we'll have a prize or two for that.
That sounds like a plan.
Yeah, but we'll finalize that and open a thread for that and get more people active in our group.
Yes.
That's it.
Okay. Okay, so I also placed a Knit Picks order after watching the Mustache podcast. And this is like a few weeks ago.
Which is why I went to.
Right. And so did like 5 other people, like Jaja Girl and I forget who else. Corey Bug and anyways, shoot. Sorry, I'm all like crunchy over here. So I had ordered a bunch. I got similar ones, obviously, because they were all in clearance. So I got the same stuff as you. But I also got...
Oh, you got a different color, though.
This one.
They didn't have that when I was ordering.
It's Dockside.
Yeah, they didn't have that one. They only had the 4 I got. Or I would have gotten some.
Yeah. And this box has been... I just, like, went all out and got them. Because I was like, A, they're easy purse projects. Take around. B, they're going to be good cardio knitting because I want to keep that up. And knitting the socks and watching podcasts is working for me. And see, who doesn't like stripy socks?
If they don't, they're kicked out.
Anyways, okay, so obviously I made a Truby, the green and blue socks.
And you have enough left over to make like fingerless mitts or arm warmers.
I need to weigh it. I probably only used one ball on his because his feet are so tiny. And then I don't know who I got this for. I just kind of bought it. We'll see.
I'm going to say Ethan.
Gabe? No. Gabe, I bought this for him because he likes red.
Is there pink in there, though?
No.
Oh, it looks like it has pink in it.
It's red. Okay. Well, there's like red and white specklies, but it's blue and grays and reds.
Oh, well, see, if they had that, I would have bought that for Bella, but they didn't.
But it came in, and he's like, ooh, I like that one.
Oh, and that you got for Joe.
And myself. I'm like, I liked it, because I was like, those would be great with, like, jeans or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, they're basic.
Well, I am of the belief that your socks don't need to match your outfit, or you can base your whole outfit on your socks.
Right.
Especially if it's stripy.
But, I mean, I just liked these colors. Like, it's like a brownish orangey color with the blues.
It's like a totally Ravenclaw bronze, almost.
There you go. Anyway, I like it. And then I got 4 of the macaroons for the girls.
Yeah, they'll like that.
So, yeah. So I got a lot. I might make Dawn some more socks, because she's been hinting about that a couple times.
Sister.
Yeah.
I don't really knit socks for other people.
I knit a pair of socks for her before. 2, actually. Like a real socks at a fingering weight and some Broncos colored socks.
I mean, you do. You're good about that. Me, not so much.
Not always. I do. I try. Okay. So then, I was also not good. I had made, the Rolags that I spun.
Yeah.
Well, what good is, like, Rolags without fun, like, glitzy things to put in it, right?
Yeah. That's awesome.
I went and got a bunch of grab bags from Blue Mountain Handcrafts of, most of it's Firestar, but then I also got some bamboo that I can dye, like some plain white bamboo that I'm going to dye. But I got all sorts of colors so that I could add it in with stuff. Because I had some, but, like, I'm burning through it.
What is grab bags, though? Like, explain this.
Oh, well, she sells them. You can, like, buy, like, a ½ ounce or an ounce of things, or, like, more than that. And then she had, like, a grab bag of purples, I'll say, where it was 3 ½ ounce things together of, like, different colored purples.
Oh, okay.
It was just, I mean, you can go and pick and choose, but I just saw, I was like, ooh, click, click. Or maybe I got an ounce. I thought I got an ounce. It was the other one. Either way. So I have some bamboo and Firestar to add in with that. What I really need to do to make more Rolags is dye up some more roving to use with it. Because the fleece leaves little neps and stuff. And I'm not sure if people would like that. Like, I don't mind it all the time, but I don't know. I guess I could just say they're, like, semi-smooth. Well, because you had some with I only put a little bit of fleece in yours.
I thought it was fine.
Okay. I'm thinking I could make some of those for our giveaways, too. I have, like, a piece of hair that's attacking me, and it's not fun. Anyways, so that could be one of our Podiversary gifts. Ooh, also, from Blue Mountain Handcrafts, I haven't tried it yet. I just got this order, like, the other day. Yesterday or the day before. Or actually, when I got back from my trip. I bought some wood balm.
Oh, cool.
That they make there, and it's non-toxic, and it's all natural wood finish, It protects the wood, leaving it satin smooth, is what it says. And it comes with a little cloth that you use to rub on it. But because I have the card, I can't even think. The comb and hackles that you can use it on, but you can also use it on like spinning wheels or like nitty knotties and stuff like anything that's wood. So I thought I'd try it out because it looked cool. And then the Allena Creations Yarn Club got switched back over to me, which I did end it, but I still have like a few months left, if that makes sense, because it's like a 6-month subscription. So I got, this is called the Fresh Breezes.
Ooh, that's pretty.
Yeah, it's lace weight. It's super pretty. It's on Merino Dreams, so it's 4 ounces. It's a 2-ply of 100% superwash merino, 875 yards. So very cool. It's soft and squishy. Even though I'm not a lace person, I've always kind of wanted to make a shawl.
Do you have a pattern picked out?
No. Sorry. Oh, and then with that, because it's a club fun thing, I got a flower.
Oh. Oh, that's totally 80s.
How awesome is that? A snap bracelet. It's great. I like it. I've been hiding it from my kids. Let's see, what else do I have? Oh, okay, so I went on a crafting retreat. That's when I did all that sewing. I went away to a few hours away on a retreat, and it was fabulous. It's just a lot easier to get things done when you don't have to feed anyone, and you can leave your stuff out, and you don't even have to make food for yourself. So it was really nice and relaxing and pretty because it's out in like the middle of the woods. It's like a cabin, a camp. Lake Lundgren Bible Camp is what it was. I love it up there. It's peaceful and nice, and they make good food, and it was really nice to get away and get a lot of stuff done. I also fixed the bags that I made, the quilted bags that I made for everyone in my traveling scarf group, or traveling Afghan group.
Yeah.
My handles, sorry as I dig down here. My handles had started, like, I put some stuff in batting in them, but they like scrunched up right away and they just weren't supportive at all. So I made a whole nother set of handles and like stitched it onto the original handles, so they're like way sturdy now. And also I added a hook pocket.
Oh, smart.
Yes, because every time I go, like, your hook gets lost, like even if you keep it in the working blanket, like it always falls and you can never find it. So I put a little hook pocket in, and I'm so excited about it. But yeah, that's about it.
Totally awesome.
Yeah.
Now we're on to the good stuff. Let's start planning. Before we start, I'm just going to tell you, this is my epic mashup time. So, I apologize. Let's go.
Okay.
Okay, first, as always, there's that standard header that you have to... I have my show notes on my iPod, which is why I'm holding it. The standard heading that is across the board, it's not new anymore, so you shouldn't forget it.
Right.
New news.
Yes.
Advanced studies got a power boost. I mean, point boost.
Or power boost, whatever.
Still awesome.
Yes.
It's just, everyone knows it now. So newts are now worth 450 points.
Yeah.
75 points for the 50% at the end of the first month. 125 for 75 completion at the end of the second month. At the end of the term, you get 250 points for 100% completion, for a total of 450 points.
That's awesome.
So May 31st was the 50% benchmark, is the 50% benchmark for the 50%. And any modifications for the newts, which most people don't do it because they already know what they're doing. So yeah. Then owls are now worth 200 points. 75 points for the 50% at the end of the second month. 125 points for the completion of your owl, 100%. So, starting today through the 31st, you can propose an owl. They also took out the owl changes deadline. There's no more owl changes because that's kind of like a new owl. Unless it's a minor change, then you would talk with your owl examiner and talk to them. Like color of yarn or needing more yarn. Generally, if you need to do more work, I don't think it's going to be too much of a problem. Right. But if you need to change it, that's a totally different owl. So that's the thing. So the 31st will be the last day that they will accept an owl proposal. I didn't look up anything about the order missions or Quidditch. So, did you?
I believe, and this is just off the top of my head, I believe submissions for brooms start like on the 6th or 9th or something of May through like almost the end of, it's 2 weeks that you can submit for a broom or submit your broom for an order mission. And then I believe they're going to start in June. So in the next week or two here, it's going to start being able to, put your proposal in or whatever. And those ones are always vague. I have no idea what I'm going to do for mine, but
I'm actually thinking maybe I'll see if I can put my socks.
Oh, that's right. I was going to see if I could do 2 socks. Sorry, I had thought that too.
Okay.
2 pair.
And
I didn't look at Quidditch at all. We can talk about that more as it comes up.
Which we didn't even talk about that. Sorting. Slytherin. Again. How about you?
I got Slytherin too.
Yes, we're going to rule the world.
Yes, I'm excited. And I'm back in my old nest. So that's fun. But yeah.
Okay, now on to classes. First up we have charms. Charms is all, and this term is like a theme term, like we're looking back on things. It's everything's like coinciding. Mm-hmm. If you haven't noticed that, check it out. So, charms. Option is we're all learning all about the Marauders map. Option 1, knit, crochet, or weave. Craft something you wouldn't normally make, completely out of your comfort zone, whether it be a project type or the actual method of crafting, or something you don't normally make or work with because of difficulty, i.e. you don't like to use bulky yarn or you don't normally work with cables. Spinners. Spin some yarn out of fiber you don't normally work with, or in a color you don't normally gravitate towards, or spin in a technique you don't normally use, like long draw, or if you normally go worsted, do long draw, or Turkish spindle as opposed to a drop spindle. Option 3, dyers. Dye some yarn or fiber with a type of dye that you don't normally use in a color that you don't normally gravitate towards. So, do you have any plans for that?
Yes, hold on 2 seconds. I gathered all my supplies because I planned out my classes. like a good girl. I have never spun up Mash'em. I got this. This is part of a club from Younger Yarn. I hear from a certain deputy headmistress that the fiber is super, super long. So I don't know how you would spin that. Like woolen, like long draw.
Yeah.
I don't know. So that'll be new too. But I'm excited to try it out. So that's this. Or I was gonna dye some fiber with stuff I don't normally do, but I think I'll do this.
So I'm thinking I got some fiber in my Fiber of the Month club. That's orange, and I really don't like orange. I do like the name because it's called Clementine, but I hate the color. I'm not an orange person, so I'm thinking I might do that. Or I have a friend who, when I was knitting my Rainbow Socks of Awesome, she has a daughter who's about 3, and every time I'm over there, she wants to play with my measuring tape because she likes to, you know, pull it out and press the button and pull it out and press the button. So when I was knitting the Socks of Awesome, she would be like, "What are you knitting?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm knitting socks. Are they for me?" "No, they're for me." "Oh." So then when we were over there on Sunday for her twins had a birthday. They were turning 13. She said, the little girl goes, "Where are your rainbow socks?" Because I was knitting on my Brave socks at that time, which are my stage 4 socks from last. And I'm like, "Oh, they're at home." "Why are they at home?" "Because they're done." "Did you knit them for me?" "No." "Can you knit me some?" And I was like, "Well, we'll see. I don't know if I'll have enough yarn." Well, I do. So I sent a message to her mom to see if she could measure her for me, and I might knit her socks, which would be under the out of my comfort zone because like I said, I don't generally knit socks for anyone but myself.
Right.
And maybe my family if they're lucky. So I might knit her.
It'd be, you said she's only 3, right? So they wouldn't be so gigantic that you would hate it.
Yeah, and I think she would like that because they're rainbow socks. But in doing that, she has an older sister who's like a year younger than Bella, maybe half a year. She's about the same age as Bella. And I'm like, you might as well measure her feet too, because it's not like I can knit for one of their daughters and not for the other.
Right.
Like the boys don't care, but yeah. So, and I was like, and you can ask her if she would rather like fingerless mitts. I'm like, I'm just gonna use sock leftovers, so I can't promise on the rainbow socks, but
right.
So yeah.
Cool.
So that's what I'm thinking of. Yeah. And if I do that orange spinning though, that's in a fiber I haven't spun before yet.
Okay.
So. Okay.
All right. Next up, we have Care of Magical Creatures, which is about werewolves, or the human behind the werewolf. It says, craft something to keep a werewolf in check, or to soothe the werewolf so he retains his human sanity, or explore the duality of werewolves by crafting something with a dual purpose, or comprised of 2 different things. The key for this option is 2, and the number shall be 2. 2 dos, zui, due, and blah blah blah. Whatever other language you can come up with for 2. So I was thinking it'd be perfect for a mashup.
Me too.
Because there's 2. So that's my plan.
That's my plan too. I can just pick any of these. I have enough.
This is what I'm doing.
My colors.
I'm getting low on my mashups.
I'm not because I haven't worked on it. Ooh, those are pretty. I like that green.
Yeah, me too. Alright.
Next up we have Patronus. Practice your corporal patronus and craft something that evokes it. Option 2. Craft something you would hang on a hook. Please note that when we say hang, that's what they mean. No balancing for this class, please. So hang. I am also spinning a mashup for this class because you can hang
a hank of yarn.
Yeah, you can hang that.
Or whatever. I know, that was my first thought too. I am going to spin up some llama fiber, actually more of this, the shawl I started, because I don't have enough yardage, but I knew that I had processed enough. I have like, it's about a little more than 7 ounces of like soft llama fiber. So that's what I'm going to spin for this.
Cool. This is why I apologize at the beginning, because pretty much everything is going to be a mashup.
I know. This whole term, just don't mind us. I'm going to be spinning and doing socks. Alright. Divination. Natal charts. It shows the position of the planets in the sky at the time and place of your birth. So, option 1, craft something which may be used for or represent a future career. Option 2, show us something that you can be a bit fanatical about. Are you always knitting socks? Crafting everything in the colors of your favorite Quidditch team? Or do you tend towards using owls or snitches as decorations? Option 3, your natal chart doesn't just show the inevitable, it shows aspects of your character that you need to challenge in order to lead a better life. Challenge and intolerance. Is there a certain yarn, color, or technique that you avoid, like the plague, but which might hold you back in your crafting? So, I was gonna do option 2, and I was gonna spin something again. It's gonna be one of the mashups, but it also is using a lot of pink because that's my thing. So,
I was thinking I was gonna do spinning, but I think I might turn this bag in for it.
Okay.
Because I'm kind of fanatical about
green.
The house cup.
Oh.
And it's a Slytherin bag. So that, or it's also the Vantage Choice yarn, which I said I'm never using again because it's junk.
Yeah. All right.
I think I might turn this bag in for that. Next up, we have herbology, bast fibers or hemp. Explore bast fibers such as hemp. They come from the inner bark. Bast fibers come from the inner bark of many types of plants, such as this list here, and they have a list that you can click the link and look. If you know of a bast fiber you'd wish to work with that is not on this list, ask the professors, providing proof of the fiber's origin. You may work in any Ravelry craft with the fiber composed of at least 50% from one or more of these fibers. Option 2. Craft something using the noble art of macrame. This will be the one exception to the Ravelry crafts only rule for this class. Some sample patterns may be found here, and they have another list. So I don't have anything set up for that, but do you know Jared and his, well, before he had that plant holder that held the pot, like it was macrame, it held the pot, and then it held the light, and then it hung?
Yes.
It makes me laugh. Macrame, yeah. It used to be all the rage in the 70s.
Yeah. I have a bunch of, like, a big thing of jute from my mother-in-law, because she used to do macrame. So I kind of thought, it's like, I could probably do something, but I'm not going to. I think they also said, in a few posts down, that you could do a certain kind of friendship bracelets, because that's considered macrame. So,
yeah,
that could be fun.
Or those hemp bracelets, necklaces.
Necklaces. I used to do those a lot too.
Me too. Maybe I'll do something like that. Though I have hemp, and I have had it, and I've been wanting to make like flip-flops for myself out of it. So maybe I'll do that. I don't know. If I have time, I might.
Last summer, I crocheted a pair of shoes, and I used jute, and it like did a number on my hands.
Yeah.
It was not fun.
It would be even worse.
Okay. History of magic. Take Cadogan's pony. Blech. Take a Cadogan's pony, meaning to make the best of a bad situation. For your homework, we'd like you to be inspired by this tale of bravery.
And then they had a story.
Yeah, they had a cool story, which I will not read. Option 1. Insane bravery. Show us how brave you are. Make something epically huge or epically tiny or intricate and complex. Option 2. Cadogan's pony. Craft something using your second choice materials. Maybe it's a fiber you don't usually like to use, or a yarn you acquired long ago when your tastes were different, or as a gift that you didn't quite suit you, or a type of dye that you've struggled with. Option 3, second try. Take another run at a project that failed in the past. Start the project over again, changing something to make it more successful. I thought this was a fun class. I mean, they're all good classes, but I thought this one was very cool. I am going to do option 1, and that's what I've started this shawl for. I'm making it big. It's not complex, but it's going to be pretty big. So, that's what I'm doing.
I was thinking about I don't know. Maybe I'll turn this bag in for this class. And then spin for the other class.
Yeah, because you're using the Venus choice.
Yeah. That makes more sense.
It does. Write that down. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I will write that down. I will type that down, actually.
Okay.
Oh, and I'm supposed to read, aren't I?
Yeah, that's right.
Can't type it. Let me scroll down. Okay. What are we on? Sorry.
Potions.
Okay. Potion. No, herbology. No, we just did herbology. Sorry. Potions. Draught of the living death. Craft something related to a potential use of the draught of living death and or Wiggenweld potion. Spin the bonds of sleep. Knit a lacy shroud for a sleeping victim. Crochet something that reminds you of the Muggle Sleeping Beauty story. Or take a more practical term. How would you use these potions to thwart or assist the dark wizards of the First Wizarding War? Craft a representation of your plan. Option 2. Draught of the Living Death is a complicated potion. Study the recipe and craft something that represents one or more ingredient, potion stage, instruction, and or piece of equipment. Spin counterclockwise. Craft something lilac. Weave a complicated, time-consuming pattern. Crochet lace that reminds you of a valerian flowers. Knit with beads that remind you of chopped Forest bead. So, I will be spinning, and I have this match up to spin, and there's a lot of blue and purple, and when it gets spun, it turns into like a lilac color.
Okay.
Because there's a lot of white. Or I'll use this one because it has lilac in it. Or maybe this one because it's lilac. So that's what I'm spinning. But also it can go under the other one too because it has 2 ingredients, right? two
Right.
different fiber colors, ways. And there's more stages, more than one stage. So, like, I spin it, I apply it, and then skein it, and then set it. And I use more than one tool, because I use my spinning wheel, and my nitty knotty, and my sink, and my hangy thing. So, like that.
Yes.
Now, what was I going to write down? Oh, yeah.
I am going to spin for that also. I'm going to do the counterclockwise spinning thing because I've never done that before. And I was always curious to see if it, like, changed anything up. No?
I did it the last time they had one of those, and I didn't see any difference.
Well, we'll see. I'm going to use... I should really take these things out of the bags before we podcast. Some fiber. I got...
Ooh, that's pretty.
Like last year at maybe it was even 2 years ago, at a fiber, I think it was at the Midwest Fiber and Folk Art Festival or whatever. But it's from fiberstory.etsy.com. But it's really pretty. And it's Australian merino, which I don't know what that means, but yeah.
I'll show you.
I guess. But it's pretty. And I like it. So that's what I'm going to do.
The merino I got the other day, I forgot to bring that over. I also bought some stuff from Etsy. So, yeah.
Naughty, naughty.
It was pretty, this color was called, I think, Pretty Boy. And it was like pink and blue and yellow. Kind of like the colors in the ink, but without the black.
Okay.
And it's over there somewhere, so. Anyway,
So,
I think we have one class.
Transfiguration. Practice conjuring with the Flora's Hipparus spell. Conjure a fish or a flower. Craft a fish or a flower or something with a fish or a flower. Moffat. There you go. That's it.
I don't have anything for that one.
You what?
I don't have anything for that, but I think it. Excuse me. I mean, you could do like a flowery hat.
You can do lots of things. Or, you know, a lot of people are doing like blankets that contain fish. Or like some of the like crocheted, you know, squares look like flowers. You could do, or you could, yeah, like you said, like embellish a hat or a bag or something with cute little flowers or fish. Or you could make one of those plastic bag goldfish things.
I wonder if it has to be fishy fish, or if you could do like
Sushi.
an octopus. That's kind of a fish. When I think fish,
I don't know.
it probably has to be fishy fish.
I would think. Anyways, but there's options there.
Sushi would probably be fun.
That would, because it's fish.
It is.
And it's good. So yeah.
And that's it. We hope that we helped you plan a little bit at least.
Yeah, sorry.
No, ours were like, I'm going to spin. I was right up there with all the suggestions, so I know I helped you a lot. But make sure you check out our show notes on our podcast blog, the Weasley Sisters podcast.wordpress.com. And thanks for watching. We hope to see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.